For Milford High School, number 4, senior Julio Da Silva. Next, number 5, a junior, Ave Seri. Number 6, a junior, Gabrielle Silva. Number 7, a senior, Leo Coelho. Number 10, a senior, Lucas Da Silva. Number 14, a junior, David Disa. Number 17, a sophomore, Arthur Tomei. Number 19, a junior, Alex Sequeira.
So that right there.
Number 27, a junior, Ulanda Pires. Number 23, a junior, Chris Tochi. And in goal, a senior, number 69, Leo Oliveira. Milford is coached by Antonio Pinto. And now the starting lineup for your Mansfield High School Hornets. A junior, number 24, Maddie Highland. A sophomore, number 21, Connor Polinsky. Junior, number 16, Mike Caridi. Junior, number 12, Dan Rowe. Senior captain, number 11, Evan Eames. Sophomore, number 10, Brady Sullivan. Senior captain, number 8, Tommy Lanzillo. Five, Ethan Scholes. And in goal, senior captain, Eric Sullivan.
We are here about to start the varsity Mansfield boys soccer game against Milford. So you're talking about number 1 and number 2 on the Kelly Rex at the moment. And Mansfield, with a good week's performance here, could have would actually win the league as it's set up this year. Mansfield trails Milford. I'll check check the table there at Hockomock in just a little bit, but I believe they are 2 points behind. That's my understanding. So we are working on, let me just help a little bit here. So if you're trying to do here, it's this one right here. Anyway, we are still learning the ropes of our tech. Every night is a little different adventure in some ways. But that's what local cable sports is all about. That's part of the fun. So here we are, November 3rd. Lots happening tonight in our country, but the most important thing at the moment in our lives is what's about to start here on the field. Mansfield boys having a great season at 4-5-1-2, I believe, right? Yes, 5-1-2. I think Milford, I didn't check, I think they might be 6-1-1, something like that, or 6-0-2. Yeah, there's some debate still about what's going to happen with some earlier games in the season for some forfeits. But in any event, I think it's fair to say the top 2 teams in the Kelly Rex this year are squaring off here and just underway. Milford coach. And there's Mansfield pressuring early right across the front. Defensive play there to clear that away. Good step from Michael Jeans. Put that back in the middle, into the mixer, as they say. I'm going to try and be a little bit more creative. This may be my last home broadcast in my Mansfield cable news career. We'll see what I come up with this evening. It's been a pleasure over the years. And for those of you who are considering it, I'd highly recommend it. Best view in the stadium for watching athletics. And it's also warmer as the season goes on because you don't have to be out in the wind. Ethan steps up, and he's going to try and put that ahead to Connor. Not quite. Restart, though, for Mansfield. So Ethan gives a look over the shoulder to Evan, say, are you coming my way? Which he is. And Evan is going to knock this one across the middle. It looks like we should be up and running. That ball well served. And Matty there, just a good first touch. Couldn't quite take that extra step and get to it before Milford closed him down. I was just about to say, it looks like we should be up and running on our live stream broadcast as well, which is being appreciated by people all over the world at this point, I'm sure. That's right. We've got the fans are everywhere for Mansfield. Actually, you never know. There could easily be somebody studying abroad right now someplace who found out about that this is now up on the web, and who knows. It looks like we've got a little delay. We do. It's up and running. Okay. Evan with the chest clearance there knocks that wide, which is well played. A couple new techniques that players have had to develop this year, which has been interesting to watch. Chesting especially, but there have been some others. Challenging the ball without upper body contact is another one. Milford moving through, and I do know from prior play, if I remember correctly, number 11 gave us some trouble. But these teams know each other well by now. They've played against each other for years, JV and varsity and probably other club games when they were younger. Danny Rowe gets in the way of that one. And there's Tommy with some good composure. Little stutter step, just a simple ball wide. Matt tracked back for that one. And there's Michael Caridi. Good step ahead. No danger there. Mansfield's trying to play some possession, and I think against Milford, you got to move the ball across the field in the middle to open up some lanes coming on the far side. It's just they've got pace, they've got strength, just like we do. You got to get the defender's head swiveling back and forth. Otherwise, it's a straight up and down game. That's easier to defend. Ahead to Aiden. Danny's got it. Picks his head up. Ethan taking some space forward nicely. Turns on it and can feed that ahead. Connor had come back to try and help him on that one. Couldn't catch up to that over the end line. So let's see. Our statistician. Milford's still sitting at 4-0-1. Okay, so we're not sure what's going to happen with their record, and that's not anything that they had any control over. That's public health considerations for some games earlier in the year. That ball slipped ahead. Milford now coming through some channels, closed down. Tommy, great job covering back. And they're going to call that, like I've said many times on the broadcast here, they are not playing advantage at all this year, which is still not quite clear why that's the case. Especially on a tripping foul. I can see maybe upper body trying to slow that down, minimize contact, but I don't know what the difference is between somebody who's catching somebody from behind. There's a ball ahead to Danny. Let's see if he can chase that one down. Defender trying to shield, and the goalie does a nice job of gathering that one. Keeper ahead, distributes, number 27 making a run, and Evan comes in hard on that one. Both players extended on that. Little sportsman-like tap on the shoulder from Evan, that's good to see. And the referee is going to have a chat. Okay. So restart for Milford. And for those fans out there, we're keeping our fingers crossed with some playoff matches. It'll depend a lot, I think, on that ball into the far corner. And Eric all over that. It'll depend somewhat, I imagine, on discussions about health metrics, as the phrase is. Matty playing some small ball, trying to get that to Grady, I think that is. Yep. Tommy pressuring, shutting it down. Good. Oh, unfortunate. That's some good play there from the two center backs, or center mids rather, coming together and really forcing that ball back. But looks like Grady clipped him a bit. And Aiden standing up there by himself. Can't have a wall. That ball driven through. Dangerous towards the far post, but thankfully the Milford player had cut into the middle rather than wrapping around. That could have been trouble. But as it is, skips through and over the end line for a goal kick. Deflections are a goalkeeper's worst nightmare. You read the play one way and all of a sudden it kicks to the other side. Milford's going to gather this one in control, and there's that ball across the middle of the field. They are good at that, and right back to the runner. This is trouble, and that's in the corner of the net. And Mansfield players, looks like they're trying to think about offsides or something, but the referee saying no and signaling the goal. So 12:20-ish, 12:30 roughly remaining. So we're 7.5 minutes into the game. Milford up 1-0. So let's see what Mansfield does. Midfield needs to keep track of players coming through. Defenders and midfielders need to be talking about the same thing. And a little bit of patience on offense would be my suggestion to our players at the moment. The ball, interestingly, kicked across to Michael, who knocks that forward. Let's see if Tommy can chip this ahead. Nice touch. Matt Highland giving it chase. Goalie did a good job there with some good skill to knock that wide. There's Tommy covering all kinds of territory, up and down, back and forth. I've said that before. He is putting in the miles this year. Milford on the restart. Up ahead. Michael's got some time there. Good. He settles. Knocks it up, but looks like Milford rather is going to gather that. There's a simple little ball, give and go. And thankfully, just over the touch line. So like we said, this is the first half of the Milford week. Next game is Thursday away, also at night, I believe, 6 o'clock. Milford, a little bit of a challenge to see. Their fencing for their field area, their stadium, is puts you a little bit farther away than some other towns do. But certainly still accessible. A pair of binoculars makes a big difference. Michael Jean's left foot across, and that sails out wide. So who's going to step up for Mansfield at this point, right? Still early days, as it were, in the game. Only halfway now through the first period. 1-0 Milford. Lots to go. Tommy intercepts that one. Aiden's going to try and settle that. He crosses it to Connor, who makes a great run. Feeds it to Skull. No, yes, Danny Rowe. Good strike. Headed right for the far post. That's a good save by the keeper. Good concentration. There wasn't a lot of visibility there. Danny had a great first touch and a solid strike on that one, and that was a bullet right for the far post. Keeper got his hand out there. Well done. But we earn a corner kick, so let's see what we can do with this. Off a Milford player. I just don't think the referees are really marking off 10 yards on this season. I don't know why. But there's a service from Tommy. Shoulder ball. You just can't do much with that with a head. Danny takes a crack at it. And Tommy, yep, pestering, hassling. There he goes, yep. Forcing him wide. Milford knocks it ahead. That's an interesting first touch. Eric out quickly, though. Takes his space. Bumps the player off. This is potentially trouble here, too. If he can get a strike on it. And just enough of a nudge there from Danny Rowe to get him off balance and earn a Mansfield goal kick. So that's good cover back there from the midfielder. All right, so Mansfield needs a little bit more communication. Milford definitely, this isn't just momentum. This is starting to become trouble here up through the middle. Working it down the flanks. And Evan's going to clear that. And there's Dylan in. Sorry I missed that sub. Dylan's going to challenge with some pace, some balance, strength. Earns the set piece indirect. Ball into the box. Potential foul called. So Dylan ends up going down hard, and the referee calls it the other direction. So I think Milford's sounding pretty fired up. They want to, I'm sure from their perspective, they want to put a stamp on this season and say they were, in fact, the #1 team. At the moment in position to do that, but I think our Mansfield players have some other things in mind. We'll see how things develop. Here's an opportunity ahead for Dylan. Great feed. Nice first time. Good idea from Dylan there. He didn't have the angle, and he took that early to give himself the best opportunity. Well done. Is Tommy going to settle this? Ethan tries to give and go. That's a good play. Tommy pressuring. There's some good patience there from Danny, right? Don't go for the ball. That's a perfect example right there. Just stand a player up, force him to make a pass, and let your defenders behind you read that play. That's exactly what we need to do against these guys with the kind of skill they have. So Milford now working it, trapped in here the same side. Let's see if they try and spread it around a little bit. Nope. And they find an open player with some space. Working on Ethan. Tommy comes across and says, if you're going to try and dribble past us, I'll wait till you touch the ball, and then you don't have it, and I can get it. So, again, good patience. Number 10 is going to go ahead and have one. Oh, that was good. That Evan got a foot on that. That had some English on it. That was curving into the far post there. Low driven ball. Also from distance. So that's something that all the defenders and the midfielders need to be aware of for the rest of the game. It's like Ridge going to come in. Next opportunity. It's a restart. Milford player gets inside and now going right to the near post. And Mansfield gets in the way. Well done. Forces the goal kick. So Mansfield needs some possession. A couple 3 passes. Move the team up the field as a unit. Some trailing balls, a couple square balls. Those always help with that. Let's see if we can get some energy, get some momentum back here for the tail end of this. Still first period. Right? First period. Yes. Seems like it's been a long 20 minutes for some reason, but we are early in the game still. Milford going to swing that around. Movement off the ball from Milford is a challenge. Connor settles. Oh, there's number 10. Do not let him have a shot. Simple pass, left-footed. Yeah, Eric's going to have his work cut out for him. He needs to make sure he's talking to the defenders, which I'm sure he is doing. And Mansfield tracking that ball forward. There's Dylan's going. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Ridge now. He had his eyes on that one. Good play from Ethan. Good read. Good body position. Mike Caridi just working the ball and off the Milford player for a restart. So pacing for getting to space, pacing on releasing the ball. Need to crank that up a notch. Ball driven ahead, settled by Milford. Ridge on it. There's a little bit of a bump. Not much, though. Not restart, set piece here for indirect for Milford. So we got Dylan and Ridge up top. We got Connor, Danny, Tommy, and Matt for midfielders. And the defenders, Michael and Ethan outside, and Michael and Evan, stopper sweeper. So yeah, team shape, very important. It's okay if Milford knocks it around 45, 50 yards out. Got to stay with the runners, talk with each other. These guys are quick. That's a very difficult ball to attempt. Mansfield has a chance to get on this. Danny playing in the middle now. Knocks that ahead, but Milford's going to recover. And that's a well-paced and placed ball there. And Evan does a good job of getting on that. But I couldn't see where that was a corner or... No, goal kick. All right, off the Milford. Well done, Evan. All right, inside 2 minutes now. Time on the field. Referee's checking the watch. Closing moments here of the first period. About 50 seconds left. And we have quite the crew in the booth tonight, which is really helpful for all kinds of reasons. Tech support, stats, timing, moral support, encouragement. It all matters. So, I'm trying to say, for next year, you're missing it if you haven't been up here yet. Closing seconds here, so we just need to be patient and finish off this quarter. All right. Not sure what that was all about exactly. Number 7 just kind of shielding the ball. And this should about do it. We should be hearing a whistle, and there it is. So that closes out the first period. Got a 2-minute break. We, for those of you who are watching for the first time on live stream, we will stay live stream. You get to watch the countdown. That's exciting. And I am going to unplug and hopefully remember to replug when we start back again so that the mic is not hot. And we will rejoin you in just a couple minutes. Okay, so here we are, set up for the opening of the second period. Second period, I think. Period? No, it's not a quarter. I can't call it a quarter. It's football, but it's not that kind of football. So we're going to call it the period, second period. And Mansfield opens it up back to Tommy. He sprays it around to Ethan, who's going to knock it back to Evan and drive it ahead. So that's the ball that I would love to see occasionally just rotated, continuing around to Michael. But here we go down the flank. Good combination. Danny's going to track that. Up ahead, Aiden got some wheels. And Aiden went down. I guess the referee said Milford retained possession, so play continues with a goal kick. Number 10 tracking back. Tommy, great pressure on that. Let's see if, that looked like that could have been something right there. Referee blew the whistle on a foul, so. Oh, that is definitely a foul. Number 7 on 7 there. I don't think Michael did that really intentionally. I think he probably just lost track of the angles or where the ball was. That's a pretty uncharacteristic play. So I think it was more just wrong place at the wrong time. Never mind, though. The referee is going to just say a word or two. So this is the time, beginning of the new period, to flip the scales here, change the momentum, carry the play. Let's see if Mansfield can do this. Milford players starting to feel a little bit more confident than maybe they should be on the ball, and frankly we'll let them dribble around, but that's good small ball skill right there. Combination at pace. Exactly, that's not a foul, right? You can't run in over the back of a player and be called for a foul. And that's a play this year, that upper body contact, that they're just flagging. There's not much you can do about that this year. So we played Milford, scrimmaged Milford, first game. And I believe that was close. We lost 2-1. And it was pretty clear that Milford has a group of players who've got both pace and skill, and that's a tough combination, and we're certainly seeing some of that tonight. Mansfield just needs to play their game, keep the shape, keep talking to each other, challenge on the 50-50s, and hopefully work the ball down the field and have some service from our offensive half rather than our defensive half. But let's see. Grady running hard here. Matt's going to pressure this. That's a simple little give and go. Good skill again. And Evan's going to attempt to knock that ahead. Tough ball to handle. I think he was going to drive that one and then decided, you know what, I'll make a pass to Matt, and didn't take his foot off the throttle on that one. So. And that's going to run. No, it's not. He's going to catch it. That's a tough spot right there, deep in our area in the box. Mike Caridi, good patience. Michael Jeans ahead. Number 10 is tough. Who is number 10? I have the roster here. Lucas Da Silva, from what I can read, yes. Looks like a senior. Not much of a breeze, which is nice because it's pretty chilly tonight. If it were windy, it would be really cold out there on the field. I think we're in the 30s for sure, I would say, at the moment. Going down below that once the evening wears on, so we're probably dropping a couple 3 degrees here between now and the end of the game for sure. Another hour or so from now. But no precipitation. Oh, there's a dangerous play. First time, and goalie out, and just is able to get back. Matt saw the goal, had the chance, tried to slide it through on the ground to the far post, and the keeper read that a little bit and got just enough of his body outstretched to push that away. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I know Matt has a lot of family and prior players watching. He may or may not hear something about that later, but he was on it quickly and had the right idea. Got to credit the goalie on that one. Nice volley attempt, and there's Danny again, right in front. Oh, just wide of the post. So Mansfield's turned things here, right? Good pressure, and coach making some subs. Milford coach talking to the ref about the subbing or not subbing, and Aiden and Connor coming out. Sagar and I'm not sure, Grady? Oh, Nate. Nate came in. Yes, exactly. All right. So that was a sequence right there. A couple, 3 chances that just for a couple inches one way or the other would have been in the back of the net. So Mansfield pressuring now. Got Milford back on their heels to see if we can keep that momentum going here for the next several minutes at least and equalize. Yeah, the only thing about being up here in the booth, I have to say, is that while you can close the side windows, if it's windy, I have been in here when it's windy coming across the field, and that actually then becomes one of the coldest places you can be on the field. This ball is loose in front, still loose. Oh, Matt trying to do some skill with that, almost pulled it off. Almost pulled it off, and Sagar is pressuring the goalie, let him know he's there. Referees let it go. There's Michael. Ooh, pressuring that. He goes down hard. Yep. Oh. Hopefully both players are okay. That's tough. Got a Milford player down. Michael walking it off. Hopefully he's okay. It's the only thing about turf. I've found that when you land on it, you don't quite slide like you do on grass. Both players, pretty hard impact there. Especially older turf. But luckily, good to see both up. And okay, that's all right. That's going to be a restart. Good as a corner right there. I'd love to see somebody checking, flashing across the top of the box and have a shot from 18, 20 yards out. Let's see what we can do. Ethan looking to grab one here. Keeper, it's a rebound. There's a chance, and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So that's a mistake by the keeper who redeemed himself on that. Grady absolutely drilled that towards the back of the net, and keeper manages to stand up and through traffic gets his hand on that. That's a great save right there. Grady, great shot. One touch, headed for the back of the net. Another great service. Matt tries to get it to it near post, but what that tells us is that this keeper is going to give us some opportunities maybe during the rest of the game. He's got great quickness in recovery, but a little loose maybe on the first touch. So let's see if we can capitalize. Ball knocked across. Here's where just taking the shape, taking the team and moving ahead with some shape makes a difference. Like that. Matty's got it. Still on it. Somebody's got to check and help him. Oh, referee with his hands up. I've never seen a safe call exactly, but that's what he's doing. Number 7 moves it ahead. Michael steps into that, knocks it out simply, and again, no advantage. but a set piece here, indirect for Mansfield. So pace of this quarter picked up, I would say, last 5-6 minutes. Energy levels a little higher for both teams. I think Milford has discovered that they are absolutely in the middle of a scrappy game here, which is good to see. That ball played ahead. Oh, trouble. Not quite anticipated. And ahead to number 7. Back to a runner coming through. Tough sequence right there for the defense, but Eric had that one lined up, thankfully. There's number 10, Tommy. Good step in there. Push that ball back. Sager working ahead. Milford switching the fields. And Evans going to volley that. Not the easiest thing to do, but he does. Clears it out. Milford going to swing this around. They're going to take the space. This is where shape is really important. That's a well-played ball right there. That's not an easy pass to make. Evan comes across and wins the restart, yes. And we are just inside 9 minutes now in this quarter, this period. I said I wasn't going to call it a quarter, but I did. Seems like this one's going by faster. First period to me seemed like it was a long 20. This one seems like a very short 20. Been some excitement for sure for both teams, but no goals. So we're sitting here at 1-0 like we were. Milford scored 8 or 9 minutes into it. Both teams now have had some very, very good opportunities. Mansfield probably a handful more than Milford has had. So knocking on the door. Can the goalie withstand it, or will we find a crack in Milford's defense? That is definitely a foul. That was a foul in any season. Absolutely. That goes down hard, but he's up. That's good. This is a good position here. Got a good angle. Tommy's gonna deliver this. He has got the patent on this from this side, dropping that down above head height, coming across the mouth of the goal, and then it just drops down into the far post like it's a sinker ball or something. Let's see if he decides to do that this time. Yeah, almost. Not quite as much elevation as he has sometimes. There it is, chipped ahead, and keeper reads that one and comes out on it. But that's good, Sager pressuring. You never know. All it takes is one little drop, and it's even. Evan sweeps that one up. Acrobatic play. I don't know. That looked like he maybe could have been if there'd been one of our players there, it would have been a dangerous play because boot was so high in the air. Tough to see. Yep. Milford continues to take a lot of space and cover a lot of area with their ball movement. Number 7 likes to dribble, which sometimes is a problem. Sometimes we can cover and knock it away. And what's the referee got? Players trying to figure out what's going on. Looks like he's got Milford ball. So that was what you'd call a tap foul. Little hand on the back. Player feels that, goes down. So if you know what you're doing, that's how to earn a set piece. The referees can let that go as well, if they so chose. All right, service from Milford. That ball deep to the post. Eric on top of it. Distribution out to Sagar. Settles inside, cuts it back. Little give and go. Well done. Oh, that could have been called obstruction, but wasn't. Actually, obstruction is not the word anymore. Good step from Michael. Danny tries to switch it back a little bit to Tommy, but Milford gets in the way. Ethan, good position, but knocked ahead into Milford's possession. They are good at finding the open player who's close by. There's number 7. And still with the ball in the on the side and gets the foul. So all right, got a shoulder up here. Talk, mark up, figure out who's got who. Stay with the man. Do not let the ball hit the ground. That's one of the keys. Sagar trying to track back for that one. Can't quite get it. Milford got players around him. And runners now. We got a man on the outside. Oh, turn, and that's a nice shot right there. Eric, though, absolutely dialed in on it. Rolls it out here for Michael, who's going to try and put that across to Evan. Puts it ahead. First touch for Mansfield as a team. Got to concentrate a little bit on that. Milford closes down quickly. If you let that ball get more than a couple yards away from you, they're going to be on it. So let's see. We've got Aiden back in and Grady up top. Danny is playing on still in the middle. Connor, Tommy, and I'm not sure who the right midfielder is. Maybe coach switched. Maybe he's got 3 strikers now. Don't know. It sure looks like Grady's playing up pretty high. Unless he's got Aiden playing right midfield. Not sure exactly. No, Grady and Tommy are center mids, and oh no, looks to me like he's got Grady marking number 27. That's interesting. So that's like a box and one in the basketball lingo, if you know what that is. I've coached that way myself occasionally. If you spot a player that's just causing havoc for some reason, you just say, we're going to mark that person with one of our most athletic players and shut that down. So that may be what coach is trying to do here, to turn from number 7. And he's going to find that runner going wide to the post, and Evan done a great job of just shutting that down, hassling him there. Number 10, Michael does a good job of shielding that. And that's a foul called. And referee talking to number 10 a bit. And we're down to inside 2, less than a minute actually on the field. Evan drives this ahead. I think Mansfield comes in at 1-0. Given the last 5 or 6 minutes, I'd say that's a good opportunity for coaches to talk to the players, figure out some adjustments maybe for second half. Because this game has been back and forth. It's close. Milford seems to have moments of momentum. Mansfield's won it back a little bit. And we're down now to closing seconds here of the first half. So 1-0 Milford here. Imagining the whistle's going to blow momentarily. Milford might have one chance to drive this ahead. And there's Evan, clears that out. There's 27, giving Danny some fits, but he checks him back, which is nice. And Milford looks like they're just going to chew up the last couple seconds, and they do. So, okay, so that's actually a solid half. Mansfield certainly knocking on the door, had several chances to equalize. Milford goalie came up big a couple times. Eric had some good saves, certainly controlling the net. Milford has a couple good strikes. They've certainly got some players that can turn on the ball with some pace. So we've got 10 minutes here before second half starts. So time to take a break, get a snack, and we'll see you for the second half. And we are moments away from opening the second half. Milford against the boys soccer 2020 season. Game number 9, pardon me, of the season, of a 10-game season. Scrimmage Milford at the beginning. Tight game, lost 2-1. And Milford now sitting on a 1-0 lead, but Mansfield had several really close chances in the second period. And Milford opens us up. Number 10 midfielder is a dangerous player. We saw that in the scrimmage a month ago, and it's certainly been the case today as well. Number 7 got a lot of pace and a lot of ball control, and is able to distribute with some accuracy. That is going to be trouble. Yep, that is going to be trouble. Looks like the referees are going to call that as a penalty. And yes, it is a penalty. So let's see what Eric can do here. Tough call. Michael tried to come out on that. Player made a move towards the inside of the box. He had already established his position, and Milford player went over the top of his leg. So tough call for the ref. In the box, player goes down with the ball. For high school, they're going to call that 9 times out of 10. So let's see what number 10 can do. Just like we were saying, dangerous player, and he strikes that solidly into the back of the net. I think Eric thought he was maybe going the other side. And Milford up 2-0, opening minute and a half here. Second half. Mansfield, Milford. I'm getting my M's mixed up here. Milford had finished with some momentum in the half, but that's certainly not what you expect there to open things up. So here's Mansfield's challenge. 2-0. We've got basically 40 minutes left, 38 minutes left, plenty of game time, and we have been knocking on the door and keeping their goalie on his toes a number of times. So Mansfield should feel confident that they can get in the box and create some problems. The question is, can they keep their heads in it, and can they keep their hearts in it? I think they can. So we'll see what happens here in the next few minutes. They need to respond to this, and obviously a goal in the next couple 3-5 minutes would make a big difference. Couple players going down. That looked a whole lot worse than it was, really. Got to say, though, you watch that play, and that's 2 players there who are thinking as a unit. Number 17 tracking behind after he makes that pass for a lateral ball across the field to open things up. That is looks simple, but it takes some real coordination from players to pull that off. And that ball ahead to Aiden. Aiden's put it in high gear now, and he's going to pressure that Milford goalie out of the box. Needed to, well, it's a pass back anyway, so out of the box or in the box. He needed to play that with his feet. Let's see if Mansfield can regroup here a little bit. Here comes Milford running up number 7 through the middle of the field. He likes to carry through space. In other years, in a regular play, the answer to that is you just keep checking him off the ball over and over again. Although, on the other hand, sometimes a player that dribbles a lot is actually less dangerous than if they catch and release, as you might think about it. There's a ball switch to fields. Interesting play there. 17's going to let one go, and that ball dipping and curving. Eric, well done, gathers that. The ball ricochets ahead, and Evan is just going to knock that out. That's a smart play right there. Give yourself some time, give the team a minute to get settled and get back into position. Coach coming in with some subs, Dylan's and Grady. No, Dylan and Nate, pardon me. This is tough, top of the box, 17 with some skill. Good defensive play. Working it around the box now. Milford looking to find some open players, running the channels. And that ball, I'm not sure what that was. My guess is he was probably trying to turn on that and get it back for a cross, but sailed way wide. Looking at the flags, yeah, we just had a breeze in the box here. I was thinking that maybe it was picking up, but it is not. Flags are still as can be. That Highland sitting out a bit, and I'm not sure who else came out. But we got Aiden and Dylan up top. Got Connor, Danny, and Tommy in the middle. And Nate out on the left midfield. Defenders have stayed the same. Good settle there from Nate. Back, good simple ball to Tommy. Let's see if somebody's checking wide. He's got nobody in the middle for a square ball. That's one of the keys. Mansfield's going to have to start moving off the ball. We don't watch the player with the ball. Well, you can watch the player with the ball, but if you're not moving off the ball, you're not going to do much in terms of this kind of a Milford team that can close down so quickly. Tommy, great read. Nice simple ahead to Nate. Spreads the field, takes some space. Connor now on this. He's got Aiden up ahead. Chips that forward into the corner. That's good weight on it and forces the Milford player to turn and knock that out. So we get the restart deep in Milford territory. This is an opportunity. Got 13:30 on the clock here. Mansfield needs to convert one of these. Tommy's going to take this. No, pardon me. Ethan's going to take it. Drives it hard and low on the ground. Tommy collects. Ethan's going to knock it ahead again. But that ball floated up and the Milford goalie collects it. So those are the chances that we've got to try and make something happen. It's an interesting play. Rolls it backwards to a defender behind him. You don't see that very much in most soccer games. There's Nate. Milford chasing. Michael Jean's up ahead. Off of Dylan. Here's a chance. Dillon knocks it forward, deep into the corner. Aiden chasing, and Milford player just shields that and lets it run out for goal kick. Ball just over Nate. Michael, good position, and referee switches his hand, or his arm direction, which was good. Mansfield. Now this is going to be Evan. Love to see this ball come across to Ethan right here, and then Ethan serve it back across the other direction. He's wide open. He's got acres of space over here. Let's see if Evan picks him out. Nope, knocks it ahead. That ball off of Milford, and Connor's going to try and gather that. Milford comes away. Number 10 served up. There's number 7 with pace and a bouncing ball. Eric collects that. Nicely done. No rebounds from him. Nothing loose off of him. It's fantastic. All right. So, Mansfield's got to dig deep here. Got to get some combinations working on the field. Get some possession. Get Milford back on their heels a little bit. We got a sub coming in, and that is going to happen, apparently. Sager in for Nate. We are at approaching the halfway point here for the third period. Those of you who may be just tuning in, 2-0 Milford on a goal in the first period, 7 or 8 minutes, and then a penalty kick in the opening minutes of this second half. Mansfield knocked on the door a couple times. Milford goalie came up with some pretty impressive saves, actually. Made a couple very good chances. And now we need to regroup and put some of that momentum back together. And here's one of those dipping balls from Tommy. He was a little disappointed on that. He normally likes to get the angle a little different. Here it comes back. Service from Michael out to Tom. Milford goalie punches that away. But that was a good sequence there. And Michael Jeans just smartly puts that right back. And Ethan splits the Milford players. Well done. Tries to chip that up ahead. Little one hopper to Dillon. Not quite. But we got a indirect kick, looks like, for Mansfield. All right. Let's try something else. That's what I would like to see. Something across to Michael, perhaps, and then back into the box. Get some defenders turning. Evan up ahead, and the goalie over the top of Dillon. Sager trying to collect it. Milford comes away. Michael Jeans blocks that. Sager quickly across the middle. Danny is knocked off the ball and called for a indirect. Not a bad spot right there. Looks like it's going to be, let's see where they place it. Sami decides to leave it there, 30-plus yards out. Yeah, ref was coming over anyway. So this is would be ambitious to try and drive one from here. Let's see if he tries to find far post. Maybe Aiden crashing. Referee pushing him back to get to 10. Not quite sure what Tommy's thinking here. Got 2 Milford players in front. And on the whistle, we're going to see what Tommy decides to do. I think he's going to try and chip this to one of the posts. Nope. He's going to try and place it, and instead, that was a much better idea because it almost went in. Milford goalie comes up big. I'll tell you, He's Milford goalie's giving us fits here. He's having a good game for himself. There's no denying that. You got to give him credit. That was going to go right under the bar. If he hadn't gotten his hand on that, that would have dipped in. Nicely struck by Tommy. Driven across in the box, cleared out. Michael Cairidi's going to jump on this. He picks his head up and drives it back in, but ahead of Sagar and Dylan. Tommy chasing back. There's number 7 again. He is quick on the ball. And there's a lofted left foot. Number 17 running on, but Evan's going to shield that. Goal kick. Okay. Mansfield needs to make something happen here. Be very, very helpful to get one before this period is over. Danny Rowe giving pressure. Sagar doing the same. Milford comes across. And let's see what the refs decide here. They give it to Milford. Milford restart. Tommy going to get a little bit of a breather. In comes Grady in the middle. Oh, it went to Mansfield. I didn't see that. Had an inadvertent face ball right there. Refs let that one go. Number 7 again, going to set this up. He's going to find somebody. Mansfield giving him chase. Ethan, little body. 7's going to keep after it. Mansfield wins it. Sagar pressuring number 6. Number 10's going to let one go. Skips it in front of Eric. Sometimes those little short hops are tough. Distribution out. Mansfield's got to get some momentum here. Milford is controlling the flow of the play. Tommy coming back in, giving Danny a break. So it's Tommy and Grady in the middle. Yes. Tommy just absolutely working hard. Gives 110% every minute of every game. Simple ball. Sagar comes back for that. Good turn on it. Up to Aiden. Let's see if we can spread the field and find some spaces. That ball well ahead and going to be a corner. Yes. All right. Good hustle from Aiden. Great hustle. Pressured that. Remind me of a player years ago who used to pass to himself across 30 and 40 yards of the field. Mr. Cooney was brilliant at it. He would find an open spot in the field, knock it ahead, and he was so fast he would get there before anybody else. That ball, up in the air, and that's a tough collision there. Yeah, it looks like Ethan and Evan were both going up for that, and they bumped into each other, and Ethan landed flat on that one. That one knocked the wind out of you. But looks like he's up and moving around okay, so that's good to see. Okay, 3.5 minutes left in this period. Mansfield needs to get some organization on the field. Somebody needs to step up. That's going to be called against Mansfield. Michael, number 7, on Milford, number 7. He's tough. Number 7, no question about it. But most teams would play that at the high school level exactly what you saw there. The longer you hold the ball, the more you're going to get bumped off of it. That's assuming you can catch him. So he's gonna take this himself and serve this across. Mansfield needs to stay with these runners. Can't head the ball, of course, but anything that drops in the box is trouble, and he tries to put that up and over and dip it down, but over the bar. All right. Dylan is going to work that down the sideline and gets a restart. Let's see what Ethan decides to do here. Oh, nice. Simple little ball, and they're going to call that one back on the whistle on the restart. I like that idea, though. Let's see what Ethan decides to do here. I bet you he hits this one low. Yep, he tried. Didn't get all of that. Clipped the turf, I think, maybe first. Same thing. Evan's going to try this one, I'm sure, lofted. He tries that. It gets ahead. Sager's got a foot on it. Can't do much with it. It was up pretty high. And Milford knocks that ahead. Evan's got time. Good control. That's trouble, but Michael's there to clean it up for him, which is nice. Evan cleans up a lot of things for the guys in front of him, so it's occasionally nice for somebody to clean up for him. .27 spins away, knocks it out wide to 17. He's going to put this ball across. Danny gets in the way of that. And 6 comes away with it somehow, and that's going to be a foul. But, given the circumstances, wasn't a rough foul, but you certainly slowed the play down. Number 6 was going to get to the corner and be off with that, so Ethan kept that from happening. And we're down to closing seconds here of the third period. So you want to absolutely not let anything happen here from Milford before the end of the third. And that's another foul. Chewing up some clock, so we're going to get down to it probably, and this should do it. But Mansfield's going to have to really figure some things out here for the last 20 minutes. And we'll see what happens with the time on the field, whether the refs give it a few extra seconds. They might let them get this kick off if they delay too long. Maybe not, but let's see. Check the watch. So looks like they're going to let this play. So we need a clearance, and that should be the whistle. Apparently the referees have their own time, which they should be. Milford goalie walking out to the 35-yard line. And that's the end of the third period. So Milford up top 2-0. Mansfield going to have to come up with some answers here in the fourth period in order to keep their chances of potential league champions alive. A draw would do it if we're thinking about points, but that's not the most important thing. You want to get a goal first. But a draw and a win, I believe, would do it. Or at least create a tie, and then we'd have to go to a tiebreaker. But in the meantime, that's not what they're worried about right now. They got to get back into being able to pressure the Milford goal and get one in first and worry about that second one after that. So we are going to put the headset down for a second, and we'll be back in just a minute with the final period. to say that. Okay, so we're just talking about the things we will not say about potential points, final standings on air, unless we hex the team or jinx them or something. So never mind all that. We got 20 minutes to play. We got plenty of time. A quick goal here would change the complexion of this game completely. 2-0 is often called the worst lead because it seems comfortable until the other team all of a sudden scores, and then you realize, wait a minute, we're only ahead 1. So restart the play underway, and Tommy knocks it ahead to Ethan, and he puts it up to calls it out apparently. Temperature definitely dropping. We're noticing that here in the booth, which means it's definitely colder out in the field, and we are an hour or so later plus after the start at 6 o'clock. So no doubt, getting a little chilly here as we approach 7:30. I don't know what the temperature is. Some kind of confusion on the field. People are trying to figure out what's what. Referee pointing in some direction, but the problem is I don't see a ball. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, it was just behind someone's body there. Yeah, 30 degrees right now is what the weather report is. So no wonder. Not only does it feel cold, but it is cold. So opening minute here. Not much has happened so far. Milford now going to serve this across. Eric's going to grab this. No one chasing or crashing the goal. So not a dangerous situation there. And let's see if Connor can control this. It's tough. Milford players right on top of us. Key would be to shield that ball and turn and then just knock it back or across the field. That's a little shoulder ball ahead. Dylan is going to be on it. Sager also, but Milford clears. Simple little pass up from Michael to Tommy. There's a simpler pass back to Evan. He spreads the field and switches it over to Danny. And Danny, I think, got almost an elbow there back across the back of the neck. The referee calls that appropriately. And in the cool, crisp air of a November evening, let's see who's going to put this one up in front. Ethan is going to knock it ahead. There's a little bit of a misplay from the defender. Tommy's going to drive this one high and wide to the right. So we got Sager and Dylan up top. We've got Tommy and Grady in the middle, Danny out on the right side, and Connor on the left. Defenders, Scholes, Gene, Jeans, yes. Trying to be not too plural with everything, but I got to remember. And Ames, I feel like I should say Carides, but that's not fair because there's actually only one Caridi out there. So, although there have been other Carides on the team for sure. So, and let's see. How about a pass across the field to Michael in wide open space? Big controversy going over there on the other side of the field to start the fourth period here. Couple things that seem to be a little bit confusing. There's Evans drive ahead, and they're letting Dylan get away with that shoulder extension pass. I would call that. It's okay. We're advancing now through the season. But he's got that one down pretty good. He's done it twice now. Seems to be working. And a dangerous spot. Tommy's going to place this. He's going to try and place this far post. And a loose ball in the front. And there it is. There it is. Again, and just not quite there for a green boot, as it were, to get on it. But I'll tell you, that's something to watch. We got 15 minutes left. I would say at this point, anything within 30, 35 yards, drive at the goal. And let's see if we can get some kind of a rebound or a bounce in front. Distribution from Eric out to Connor. He does a nice job of finding some space there. And he knocks that ahead. Milford gathers. There's Grady with a nice pass. Sager, that could have been a foul. He got an elbow in the chest, got a shoulder to, I don't know whether the temple or something exactly, but he took a couple there. But he's up, running in the middle, which is good. Evan drives that ahead, and chest, that almost was a good little lead-in. Shoulder ball ahead from Ethan. And that's going to be right at the top of the box. Boy, a yard in, and that could have been a penalty kick. But as it is, Tommy's got a good look at this. Good angle, good location. No wall this year, so that changes what an 18, 19, 20-yard ball out means. There's space. Space to place. Looks like Danny's going to take it. Let's see if Danny can get us in the game here. 13:47 and counting. Referee, this is going to be direct, it looks like. And he drives that ball, and that is driven into the top of the net. Brilliant strike by Danny Rowe. Puts us in the game at 2-1 now, 13:35 on the clock. Absolutely terrific. Confident? No doubt. So that changes things here. Makes it interesting. Which is well-deserved, I would say, really. This has not really been a 2-0 game. Mansfield's had chances, and that doesn't equalize, but that puts us on the board. So now 2-1, get some life in the team. And a high boot, maybe? Not sure. Mansfield bench cheering on, rightly so. Let's see if we can turn something and get 2 quick ones. That'd be fantastic. There's Danny on it. Knocked ahead. Shoulder ball, pass to Michael, who puts it ahead to Sager. Puts that one up in the air, and Michael is going to chip that ahead, but that's going to slide wide there, yes. So good energy now from the Mansfield team. Let's see if we can feed into this frenzy and get another one. '27 starting to make himself felt a little bit more on the Milford side. And that's just a good play there from Ethan. Nothing wrong with that. And wins the restart. Here, fans on both sides of the field this year, because the Mansfield fans have to sit on the other side, and then we've got the players on this side. And that ball put across by Danny. Tommy's got a look at it. He shoulders that up in the air. And Tommy's still on it. Ooh. Danny took a shot there off his toe. Evan up ahead. Dylan steps back into that. And that's going to be a Milford restart, though. Yeah, so Milford coach yelling at his team, trying to make sure the midfield does what they need to do, and he's right. Got some life here in the Mansfield legs. Spirit in the team. 11:21 on the clock. So still plenty of time. 2-1 now, Milford. Got somebody's shin guard bouncing around the field, looks like. And number 7 is just going to hold the ball and carry. and they call a pushing offensive foul. Matt Hyland standing patiently, ready to come into the game. Matt's had a couple good goals this season that have made some differences in games. So let's see if he can continue that here. And the referees let that go on. Mike Caridi gets a foot on it, and that's going to be trouble. And 14 coming across. And they call a foul going against Milford. And nope, referee, boy, it'd be helpful for the last 10 minutes here that if the referees made a clear, definitive call right off the bat. Point their arm in the direction, stick with it. That way everybody can see exactly what's going on. Everybody gets a little bit more fired up when they're not sure exactly what the referee decided. And as a former ref, you don't have to be right or wrong. You just have to make it clear that you're making the decision on the field. So number 7 gets the edge and can't quite turn that, thankfully. Inside 10, Matty Hyland coming in. Taking out taking out Grady. And it looks like Danny Rowe is now in the middle with Tommy. Evan lets that one get by him, but it recovers nicely. Dylan takes a shot and ends up on the turf, but bounces up as quick as you can imagine. And Tommy over to Connor. He's working hard. Number 16 spins away and cleared out by Mike Caridi. Dylan on it. Good first touch. He's going to put some space between him with some speed and not sure what the call is here. Yeah, they called a foul. Not sure what's happening here. Changing balls. Something's happening. Yep, new ball. All right. So here's a chance. Mansfield stacked up here outside on the 12-yard line. Going to create some havoc in front of the net. Put it in the mixer, as it were. Tommy's long service still bouncing around. Danny's going to cover that and let that run out for a restart. He's going to put this over to Ethan. So there's still 7 minutes left. This is where Mansfield just needs to take a breath a little bit, still keep the intensity up, but we're not down to the closing seconds here. Seems like they're getting a little frantic on the field. They've been playing well. They've had chances. They got one. Now the question is just keep some possession. There's Danny, nicely settled. Puts it ahead to Sagar. Milford, though, feeding in through number 7. There's no question about that. It's been happening all game long. Number 7, Leo Coelho, looks like, off their roster. Certainly had a good game. And we will see them all again Thursday. Not here, but at Milford. That ball, Matty gets in the way of it. Matt Hyland chasing. And Evan calls Michael off, puts it back to Matt. A little not a give and go, but a drop ball and then trailing ball. And then Matt tried to find Dylan off a Milford defender. So 6 minutes, still plenty of time. No need to just have to be urgent, but no need to rush. Deflection, into the box. Ethan Going to collect that. Here's where it's, just knock it back. Michael was wide open, giving him some support. Evans there to clean that up. Well done. Chest ahead to Sagar, and there's a first-time shot. Sagar is so good at that simple touch and then the quick release, but unfortunately right at the goalie. Right at the goalie. But Dylan seems to be mastered the chest/shoulder ahead pass. It's working. Danny tries to slide that through to Sagar outside, not quite. This is where shape is important, and Evan puts that ahead. Sagar's going to chase that one down. Number 4 better understand what he's dealing with. Sagar keeps it in, but called a foul ahead of time. And number 4 is going to get a card for that. Going to call that tripping from behind. Mansfield players just need to keep playing the game. Doesn't really matter about the card. What we need is a goal. So stay focused on the match. That's the key. And we can get a second one. 4 minutes and 35 seconds on the game clock. Mansfield threatening to get the draw on this one. And could use the point. It's actually an important point if they can get it. Michael Jeans knocks that one away. Ethan on it. Good, solid, strong tackle there. And he's going to collect this. Oh, good turn there, but the Milford player read that. Little back heel. That's an impossible thing to do there, right? You're jumping up, it's at head height, then you got to somehow throw your shoulder up at it. Plenty of time. We'll have a bunch of runs up and down the field still before this. Sagar with the chest that knocks it away from the Milford defender. Dylan tries to first time it over. Can't connect on that. Evan up over the top, and that's going to be called for a foul. So, dangerous spot here. We do not want to go 3-1. So Eric needs to talk to his not really a wall. Keep them on a post. Make sure he's got things covered. And here number 7 is going to strike this, and that's a pretty good strike right there. Dipping Eric again. Adjusts well. Great hands on that. Good distribution out wide. Matt with good first control. Knocks it up, but out. Getting down now, 2:39, 2:35. Now it would be a time for somebody on Mansfield to step up, steal the ball, make a good pass. See if we can get that second goal. There's Danny trying. No, can't quite get it, but we get the restart. No, I don't see any ball boys, which is interesting. I'm just noticing. Maybe we can't do that this year because of the contact with the ball back and forth. There's Evan, puts it up ahead. Danny. Oh, we got a call from a ways away on that one. That's a tough one right there. We were going to recover that ball and get possession 30 yards out, but instead of Milford, indirect. Milford now back, packing it in. 5 players, 6 players back. Aiden controls. Ahead to Sagar. Knocks it ahead. Tried to find Dylan. Slice it into the middle. And that's going to be a Milford indirect. Inside 2 minutes now. Time on the field. Mansfield players Trying to gut this one out here, see if we can't somehow still get a possession and get it down in front of the Milford goal. And hopefully the refs are keeping the time on this one. Referee is on a football field. He can tell exactly what 10 yards is. Anyway, here we go for this indirect restart. Number 7 tries to put it out wide and kill some time. Dylan's onto it now. Nice first touch with some pace. And that's going to be a foul. So here we go. Got less than a minute on the field. This is the chance. This is where would love to see a ball across. It's up in front. Dylan's going to be a turn, not quite. Danny's got it. Matt's got it at his foot. Can't get a swing at it, and they call a foul on Mansfield. So we're unfortunately in the closing seconds here. I don't see referees looking at their watches. That ball ahead, Evan's going to collect it. Knock that forward. Tommy's got it. Out to Aiden, who settles. Trying to get around the defender, does. Michael steps up. Still in play. And that is the match. That is the match. Milford wins it 2-1. Mansfield trying hard, giving Eric some encouragement. He certainly put in a great effort tonight. Nothing to be feel upset about on his part. So Milford, a tough team. We're going to see him Thursday. And Mansfield had some chances. Milford goalie came up big a couple times. And they come out on top 2-1. We are going to do some the plan is to do some senior celebrating at some point here. Coach going to gather the team first and bring them together. So stay tuned. I'm going to take the headsets off and unplug for a minute, and then we'll be back with some post-game activities of some type. Recording, and we are going to close out the regular season home broadcast with a little bit of senior filming one at a time here. They're going to say a word or two, and then we're going to wrap up, at least for the regular season home games. Playoffs happen. We may get another one or two, depending on how things go. So first up, Mr. Evan Ames, turn the microphone on, please. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Stop. If you weren't plugged into the microphone, now I can hear you. Okay, now you are live on camera. All right, so gentlemen, right? 3 questions, right? You're gonna ask for 3 questions. What's it mean to be on the team? What's it mean to be on the team? Can you hear me? What's it mean to be on the team? Some kind of memory, favorite or funny or otherwise, and then real importantly, who are you gonna thank, right, for your senior experience here? Thinking about all the soccer you played, okay? Take it away. Evan, turn the microphone on.
It is on.
Perfect. Take it away, Evan.
4 years. It means a lot to be on this team. Love playing soccer. Love the team. What's question number 2?
Favorite
memory. I would have to go with Scholes and his plug walking.
And who are you going to thank?
I got to thank Mom and Papa Eames.
Woo, yeah, all right.
What's the first? What's the first question? Is it working?
It is. You are live.
Hey, Mr. Hilsner, how you doing?
It's good to see you, Tommy.
What it means to be on a team, chilling around a bunch of guys who are, feels like family. I'm tearing up just talking about it. Question number 2 is my favorite memory. Probably captain's practices or other, yeah. And then what's the third question?
Who are you going to thank?
I'm gonna thank mom and dad and.
All right. Make sure the mic is on. Okay. It's not on. Hang on a minute. No, hang on, Eric. Turn it up. Push it up. Yes. Yeah, so Tommy thanked his brother and turned the microphone off, basically, is what happened there. So that's good. All right.
All right. What it means to be on this team means a lot. I like coming out to practice every day with these guys. It makes it enjoyable, and I like playing soccer. My favorite memory, probably either captain's practices or the New Bedford tournament, because we get to see what the team's gonna be like that year, and it's fun. And then third, I like to thank Mom and Dad, and Coach Sheridan, Coach Tommy, Coach Frank, Bobby and Bruce, and my siblings.
All right, fantastic.
All right. All right, being on the team for me means I'm part of something. It's a great way to shut up. It means I'm got something fun to do with my time. My favorite memory is captain's practices and related activities. And I'd like to thank my parents and the Eames family, specifically Mrs. Eames, and the Lanzillo family for always having me over their house because I'm really annoying.
Fantastic. Thank you, Michael. All right, Ethan. You know the drill, right?
What's the first question?
What does it mean to be on the team? What's it mean to be on the team?
It means a lot. It's fun being around everyone every day, and it's like a family.
Good. Favorite memory?
Plug walking.
Okay. I heard that. That's good. Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, and also Sam Clayman for guiding me to who I am.
All right. Fantastic. All right.
What it means to be on the team, it's really just, I don't know how to describe it, but it's been a huge influence on my life. The people, the coaches, teammates, they're all great. They're all great to be around, and you can see how close we get over those last 4 years, and it's huge to see how far we've come. My favorite memory, it's definitely freshman year. I remember Coach Bobby, he was taking a corner kick to demonstrate something, and he fell in the mud. I'll never forget that. I can still picture that exact moment to the day, and it's funny. And who I want to thank my mom and my dad, all the coaches, all the teammates, pushing me to be better, pushing me to work harder, and it's really everyone a part of this. It's huge.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen.
First one is what's it mean, right? Is it working? All right. What's it mean to be on this team? It just means a lot. Hanging out with the guys at games and practices and everything, enjoying everyone's company. My favorite memory is Coach Bobby yelling at us to be an athlete during games and practices. That was quite memorable. And what was the last one? Oh, I want to thank my mom and my dad for supporting me and all the coaches.
Excellent. All right, next up. Hey, seniors. Hey, guys. We need a little final video shout out for Colin, all right? Because he's sitting there watching at home, right? So hang on here for another minute, and don't do that for him. All right. Go ahead.
It means a lot to me to be on this team, especially after my injury last year. To be back hanging out with the guys, it's a lot of fun. What was the second question?
Favorite memory?
My favorite memory was Coach Bobby's red card freshman year. That was a fun game. And I'd like to thank my parents and my coaches for supporting me. And I would also like to give a special thanks to Coach Sheridan for keeping me after my first yellow card in my first freshman game.
Excellent. All right. All right. Who else? Who we got?
Hello?
Hello. You are live. Go ahead.
Live. What's the first question?
What does it mean to be on the team?
Means everything to me. I've been playing since I was 3 years old, so it's been a long journey to get here. Favorite memory? Favorite memory is probably just the shenanigans on the team, like after practice and pasta dinners. Yes, I used the word shenanigan. What's the last question?
Who do you want to
who am I
thank?
thanking? My mom and my dad, they've been there for me since day one, and to all the coaches who make the program happen.
All right, fantastic. And who's Dylan? Go ahead, Dylan.
Who am I starting with? Being on the team means a lot to me. I started the V here, and so I have fun with everyone. My favorite moment would have been Ryan falling over in the middle of a game. That was very funny. And I'd like to thank my family for getting me here in the time when I couldn't get here, and all the coaches for keeping me around.
Fantastic. All right, here we go. Colin questions, okay? Socially distanced. We're going to do this socially distanced, right? First question, right? What does it mean to you guys to have Colin on the team?
He's a great kid.
He's been a fabulous teammate.
Exactly.
Great kid.
What's your favorite memory of Colin?
Colin.
His back.
How did I rate him?
There's a lot. Too many to pick.
Probably getting his new cleats all the time. You know, he thinks he's so good. And then he's just.
And why do we thank Colin?
Because he's a great kid.
He's a great.
There you go. Great teammate. Okay, I love that. I love that. All right, to finish us off. Yes. Ridge.
Okay.
What's it mean to be on the team?
It's really great for me to be on the team. So I've always liked soccer, and I really enjoy playing soccer with them. Yeah. What's the
Okay.
next question?
Hold the microphone right up close so we can hear you. Second question is, what's your favorite memory of being on the team?
Probably captain practices, and I want to thank my parents and every guy on the team.
Excellent. All right. Well done, gentlemen. Congratulations and good luck on Thursday and then postseason. Cheers.